What is good, YouTube? MakuHitDat in this bitch like 2 overdue library books. Today we have another Pokemon Showdown Random Battle session with one of my good friends, Joel. If you actually notice, his name is PVT N-word. I'm not gonna say the N-word just cause my channel is kid friendly. That's a complete lie and that's bullshit. So let's get into this battle. Alright, so he has a Kyogre and I have a Mismagius. I go for a substitute and he actually goes for an Origin Pulse, which takes me out of the substitute. I go for a Shadow Ball to see how much that does. He goes for another Origin Blast. I'm actually going to die next turn. I go for a Pain Split actually, just to get my health back. But he goes for another Origin Blast, which kills me off. Then I go to Regice, which Regice is actually like the greatest Pokemon ever. This is the most trollest Pokemon ever. I go for a Thunderbolt, trying to kill the Kyogre off. Does not kill the Kyogre at all. He goes for a Rest. I go for an Ice Beam, thinking that he's going to switch out into someone else. So I go for an Ice Beam. Doesn't do that much damage. I go for the Thunderbolt now. He goes also his Jolteon, which has Volt Absorb, which is immune, so it doesn't do shit. He goes for a Thunderbolt himself. I go for an Ice Beam. He then switches out next turn to his Granbull. Wow, I was like, I'll keep doing Ice Beam just in case he decides to stay in. So I go for a Thunderbolt after this turn. I go for Thunderbolt. He goes for an Earthquake. That's not doing anything to me. With that minus attack, doesn't really do shit because most of my moves are special attack. And I go for an Ice Beam, kill the Granbull off. He goes out to his Talonflame. I'm thinking I'm gonna get a Flare Blitz to the face. So I go out to my Quagsire. He does Swords Dance. Now, this Quagsire isn't unaware, so that's why it took that much of a hit, which it's just Water Absorb. So I go for a Waterfall, kill the Talonflame off. Holy fuck, I'm forgetting the names. And I go for a Poison. He goes for a Poison Jab. I go for a Yawn for completely not knowing about the Shed Skin ability. He goes for an Earthquake. I go for an Earthquake to see if I kill it off. He goes to sleep, but then wakes up immediately. He has Black Sludge, so he gets the HP back, and I'm slow, so I die immediately after of another Poison Jab. I go out to my Poliwrath. I try to kill it off. He goes for a Glare. I go for a Circle Throw thinking that it's gonna kill. It does not kill whatsoever. He goes out to his Kyogre, and I'm gonna get the Pair Hacks. And I'm like, I can't really do shit, so I'm about to just switch out and go out back to my Regice. See if he stays in. He actually stays in. I go for the Ice Beam. Alright, he goes for Origin Blast, and I go for the Ice Beam, thinking that he's gonna switch. He's gonna still switch into his Jolteon. Joel for this whole match kept trolling me, so I was like, I can't do shit. Like, I don't even know. So I go for another Ice Beam, still thinking that he's going to switch into his Jolteon, and then he doesn't. And then he goes for another Origin Blast, and I go for that Thunderbolt, and he actually stays in, but he goes for the Rest next turn. Or he goes for Origin Blast once again, and I go for the Rest. I heal myself up. He doesn't know that I'm Sleep Talk, so he goes for a Rest as well. So he's just thinking, oh, there's 2 Pokemon asleep. But he completely didn't know I had Sleep Talk, and I used Thunderbolt. I was so lucky to get a Thunderbolt, which did not really do anything because Kyogre is really, really bulky. And I go for Sleep Talk, get the double Rest, which doesn't do shit, of course. We're both asleep. I wake up, and I'm a dumbass to go for another Sleep Talk. I then stay in. Oh, it's lagging a bit. But he goes for a Rest. He wakes up, goes for a Rest immediately. Then I go for a Thunderbolt. He's still in. He goes out to his Jolteon. I actually go for another Thunderbolt. That's a good switch on his part. He gets the Volt Absorb. Then I go for another Ice Beam because I thought he was going to stay in, but he actually does not stay in. He goes back to his Kyogre. Then I use another Ice Beam thinking that he's going to do switch. See, like, Joel basically trolled me this whole match. I was like, what the hell is going on? I go for Thunderbolt, actually killing off the Kyogre this time. Then he goes out to Survivor, and he goes for Poison Jab, which does not do shit to me. I go for the Ice Beam, kill the Survivor off. He then goes out to his Fion, whatever the fuck this thing is, Finion, or whatever. He goes for the U-turn. I go for a Thunderbolt. He U-turns into his Jolteon, gets the Volt Absorb. Then he goes for a Volt Switch to switch back into his Fion, whatever. I go for an Ice Beam thinking that he was going to stay in with his Jolteon. I can't do shit right now. So then I go for another Ice Beam. And I thought he didn't switch out this turn. So I could have killed off the Finion. or whatever the fuck this thing is named. And I go for another Ice Beam. I get the burn from Scald. He goes for a U-turn, then goes back to his Jolteon. I then go for the rest because I want to heal the burn. And I go for a Sleep Talk, get the double rest, which does not... Or he goes for a Thunderbolt first. Then I go for Sleep Talk, and then I get the double rest. I'm like, I can't really do shit right now. So then I go out to my Zoroark, which is technically a Poliwrath right now. He uses Thunderbolt. Zoroark does not eat that up whatsoever and dies the next turn by another Thunderbolt. I then go out to my Xerneas. I was like, I need to just end it right now. He goes to his Finneon. I use Geomancy. And this is where, like, everything just, like, ends life. I go for the Moonblast, which kills off whatever the fuck this thing is. And then I go for another Moonblast on the Jolteon. He goes for a Thunderbolt, which almost kills me off. And then I go for a Focus Blast. If that Focus Blast missed, I'm pretty sure he would have killed the Xerneas, but I would have came back with Regice. Or maybe, possibly, because he was asleep. But whatever, doesn't matter. But thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment for more content on my channel. And remember, if you guys can share my videos if you want. Doesn't matter, I don't mind. Whatever you guys want to do. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.